Hey, I'm Davis Hammett with Loud Light. Here's what happened the fourth week of the legislative session. A medical marijuana bill was introduced this week that would give veterans access earlier than others. The state advocacy group Bleeding Kansas has criticized the new bill as not following public health guidelines and best practices and say it's geared towards profits instead of patients. Sponsors of the bill have said they are open to making adjustments to the language during the committee process to make the bill more patient-centric. Bleeding Kansas has stated legislators should instead begin with the Safe Access Act, which was developed over years of collaboration with public agencies. Polling shows medical marijuana is overwhelmingly popular in the state, and the governor has signaled she's open to it. Bills were introduced in both chambers to prevent LGBT housing and employment discrimination. The Senate version of the bill came out with a surprising 18 co-sponsors, which is nearly half the Senate. It's unclear if Senate or House leadership will allow the bills to have a hearing. The Senate passed a bill that would make an immediate payment of $115 million towards the unfunded liability of the state's pension system. Although it passed unanimously, several senators commented on the problematic nature of spending money without a budget plan in place. The Kansas Supreme Court Chief Justice Lawton Nuss delivered the state of the judiciary. One major issue highlighted was how the Kansas trial judges are the lowest paid in the nation. The Chief Justice said continuing to pay subpar salaries could result in a deterioration of the quality of judges and justice. The judiciary branch is requesting $20 million in additional funds to bring salaries up to the regional average and hire more judges for the crowded justice system. Governor Kelly and Speaker Reichman both attended the speech, while President Wagle skipped the event. Topeka roadways were covered in ice on Thursday, resulting in a wreck that killed a woman. The executive and judicial branches of government closed for safety, but Senate President Susan Wagle opened the legislature in order to push through the nearly $200 million in tax breaks that primarily go to multinational corporations. The bill passed 26-14, which is shy of a veto-proof majority, and is now headed to the House. The Senate Select Committee on Education Finance heard a bill to add $90 million per year to school funding as an inflation adjustment. A representative of the school districts who are suing the state for unconstitutionally underfunded schools signals this plan would be enough to end the litigation. Former Republican State Representative Melissa Rooker was appointed by the governor to run the Kansas Children's Cabinet, which manages the Children's Initiative Fund, or CIF. The CIF receives roughly $60 million every year in funding from a 1999 big tobacco lawsuit settlement. The CIF allocates the money to programs aimed at improving early childhood development in Kansas. An investigation by the Kansas City Star has revealed the state initially wasn't going to enter into technology contracts with a foreign company. That changed when Brownback's former campaign manager lobbied the Brownback administration on behalf of the foreign technology company. Emails revealed that the Brownback administration strategized how to avoid a competitive bidding process and eventually gave them over $100 million in no-bid contracts. Governor Kelly has stated she's looking at legal options to deal with this and thousands of other no-bid contracts Brownback entered into. Next week, House committees will discuss sports betting and lowering recognition requirements for political parties. The Senate Select Committee will continue the hearings on the school funding bill. Wednesday is the final day for legislators to introduce new bills, and bills must pass out of committee in the next 2 weeks to stay alive. Thanks for liking, sharing, and contributing. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and until next time, thank you so much, Kansas. Oh, why that wind?